Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Print All the Things episode 11. I think we're up to 11, right? Yes, it is episode 11. Thank you so much for listening to my 3D printing podcast. If this is your first time here, this is where I talk about the past week's activities in my 3D printing adventure. I talk about some news, some stuff that I found, maybe impart some knowledge, and to give you guys some sort of entertainment in the 3D printing realm. So let's first dive into what happened last week. I decided not to do an episode last week because I was in the middle of doing a bunch of other activities and projects, and I wasn't quite ready mentally to do the show. It was going to be like a last minute rush thing, and I was like, I'm just going to hold off. I'm just going to hold off and not do an episode. I want to put my time and energy into this in the proper way. So we got everything sorted last week, and now this week we're able to do an episode, and it should be a good one. So I hope you enjoy it. The first thing I want to talk about is some news, and this came across my radar actually today because I really didn't have anything to talk about in terms of 3D printing news until I saw this. Raspberry Pis, right? Raspberry Pis are these little tiny miniature PCs that people use for all kinds of cool things, and they've been touted as being one of the more affordable ways to get into programming and get into some really nice maker activities and some custom devices because it's a tiny form factor PC that can do a whole lot, right? So over the years, the prices have really inflated, and it's been a go-to for a lot of 3D printer enthusiasts like myself. We use that and a piece of software called Octoprint to remotely do some really cool things with our 3D printers without having to resort to any kind of factory flashing or any type of crazy things with the motherboard. Generally, you just plug in a Raspberry Pi to your USB slot on your printer, and Octoprint does a whole lot of stuff for you. And it has a great software like Octolapse, which I use for my time lapses and a bunch of other monitoring things, plugins all over the place. It's really nice, really good. But the prices of the Raspberry Pis have kind of inflated over the past year. And generally you can't have a Raspberry Pi run more than like two printers. Two printers is kind of pushing it. So if you've got like 4 or 5 printers like me, you probably need more than one Raspberry Pi. So I've been looking for a Raspberry Pi alternative that's relatively affordable. Pooch, or Repcord on Twitter, pointed me to this. Well, not me specifically, but he posted about this. This is called Fiberpunk. And this is a nice little utility tool called Node. And it's an open source, affordable way to add Wi-Fi to your printers. And I'm just like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. This is a great little accessory that all you gotta do is plug it straight into your printer. Right now it supports Ender 3s out of the box, but they are going to be adding Prusa support, MK3S out of the Prusa MK3S support. And unlike, this is the text I like to see right here. Unlike Cloud, Box, or Octoprint, Node sends print file G-code via SD card instead of serial connection. So you can print faster and more reliable, especially on complex models with many short movements. And it's only 25 bucks, 30 bucks probably. It's on sale right now for 24 bucks, $24.99. And this is a perfect alternative to those Raspberry Pis that are like ridiculously priced now. So this is definitely something I'm putting on my radar, because if I can get these working on my Prusa MK3S and eventually, hopefully they'll add Prusa Mini support, this is a very affordable way to add Wi-Fi to a printer that doesn't currently have it. Prior to this, just buying multiple Pis, Raspberry Pis was the case. And now that's no longer the case because Pis are so expensive these days. Hopefully the prices will come back down. So check that story out. I'll put it in the link in the show description, fiber-punk.com. Thank you, Pooch, for pointing me to that. Pooch says he's in the process of testing it, so I'm going to be watching over on his Twitter feed to see what he's doing with that. So check that out. I'll make sure to link you guys to Pooch and what he's doing with that. So what's on the printer this week? Let's talk about that. What's on the printer? I've mainly been focusing on Polylite silks. Polymaker sent me a ton of silk filaments, and I've been finding ways to utilize those silks and trying to find some cool things to print. And I've settled on, if you can follow my Twitter feed, you know what I'm talking about, twitter.com/Bwana. I've settled on the Flexi factory models. I love how they look in multiple colors and multicolors, and I've already done some stuff with Matter Hackers filament. So I've got 3 colors here. I'm looking right at them, they're right in front of me. I got 3 colors. We got the Polylite Silk Purple, Polylite Silk Silver, and Polylite Silk Lime. Let's start with the purple. So first off, I'm going to show you some frogs. I've been printing a lot of these frogs from my Bwana lab shop. This is the purple, and my color, my white balance is probably a little bit off, so it may look a little bit blue to you, but trust me when I say that it's purple. This is a purple, purple frog prince, right? And I also have the purple frog princess. I didn't break anything with that. Purple frog princess that I've already printed in other colors, but now they're available in these colors, and they are gorgeous. It came out really, really nice. I love how these silks look. And the next one is the silver. This is the Polylite Silk Silver. Very, very nice, clean color. I think this, I like silvers and grays for painting. This is a great color if you want to paint. But when I print in silver, I generally don't want to, when I print in silks, I generally don't want to paint as much as I want to highlight. And here's the Frog Princess in the same color, the Polymaker Polylite Silk Silver. And my favorite color for this model right here is naturally the lime, the Polymaker Polylite Silk Lime. This it seems like it was made for the frog. It got a little alfalfa string here. I have to cut that off. This looks like it was made for the frog, man. This is a perfect color. Probably going to highlight this as the main image when I update my photos on my Etsy shop. These will be for sale. BwanaLabs.com, #ad for myself. That's the Frog Prince, and this is the Frog Princess. I'm in the arm workout today, holding these up like this. Frog Princess. The lime is perfect for this. I also want to print like creepers, like Minecraft creepers in this lime color. There's a great creeper model on printables, and I think it's on My Mini Factory as well. Okay, so those are the 3 colors that we are going to be featuring this week. But I also, naturally, if I'm doing Flexi Factory stuff, I got to do dragons. We got to do dragons. So we're going to start with the purple. And these will be up on the shop as well. Flexi Factory. Oh, there's his face. Flexi Factory Silk Purple. There she blows. This is the smaller variant. I print 2 variants. I print a large variant and a smaller variant. This one printed on the Prusa Mini. Those frogs also were printed on the Prusa Mini. Yep. I think this took about 15 hours, 15, 16 hours to do. The frogs themselves, I think they took about 5 to 6 hours to print. So that's the purple. My desk is full of articulation today. This is the silver. Very nice. Very nice color with the silver. See that? Yep. It's got a little bit of goop on the head. I got to clean that off. I haven't cleaned these up yet for shipping. Before I ship these on Bwana Labs, I do some cleanup on them, and I do some heat gun, some other stuff, just to get some little stuff off of there. And finally, the lime. Oh, the lime is great. I love the lime. It's a very bright, vibrant color. It just screams silk. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Woo, gotta rest my arms now. Okay, so those are all the articulate things. And finally, I want to talk about this last thing, which is going to be a highlight on BwanaLabs.com. I have been dying to do some rainbow filaments. Rainbow filaments have been on my to-do list for a long time because I love color change filaments. You saw how I reacted when I first printed with the Matter Hackers Quantum. People were like, Bwana, there's tons of color change filaments out there. What are you talking about? This is nothing new. I'm like, I know it's not nothing new, but it's the first time I've done it. So it is new to me. So I found this filament on Amazon.com, and it was recommended to me by my community. I asked them, I was like, "Hey guys, you got any rainbow filaments you would recommend?" I saw some on Twitter. I saw some on various sites, and I was recommended this one. This is the AMOLEN rainbow filament, and they got different variants, but this one's really cool. And this is a large boy. This is a 30-hour boy right here. Ooh. And he came out immaculate. Oh, look at this guy here. Oh, I can't even hold the whole dragon on the frame because he's so big. But this is a big boy, and the colors are really, really cool. I'm trying to show. Yeah, there you go. Trying to show you the different color changes. And every one of these are going to be unique. That's the cool thing about these rainbow filaments, is that no two prints will be exactly the same. So if you buy this one, someone after you will buy one, and they will have something not completely different, but it'll be a different color layout there. So that's the AMOLEN rainbow filament, and I'm going to be printing tons of these dragons in that. And I'm pretty much going to use the whole spool just on these, on top of what I'm doing with the Matter Hackers Quantum filament and stuff like that. So that's the Polymaker Poly Silk filaments, or I'm sorry, Polymaker Polylite Silk filaments with the lime green, with the silver, and the purple, and also the AMOLEN rainbow filament that we have with these dragons. And these are every one of these things you saw will be available up on BwanaLabs.com for you to purchase. So please support any creators that make these. Go to Flexi Factory, patreon.com/Flexi Factory, which have granted me permission to sell these. But please make sure you support the 3D modelers who do these things, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. And I will happily give them money if they ask for it, to sell. If people like freely give me stuff to sell, and they don't charge for it, I want to buy them a coffee at least. But if someone's like, "Hey, I need you to give me such and such amount of money if you're going to sell," I'm like, by all means, yes. If I can afford it, yes, I will pay you, because I think they deserve the support. So make sure you support modelers. It's very, very important. That is episode 11, to print all the things. Lots of prints. There's a lot of things got printed, even though it didn't seem like a lot. That's a lot of hours worth of prints right there that I did in a few days. But I do have, that was a product of 4 printers. That was the MK3S, and that was 3 Prusa Minis going at it. Actually, it was 2 Prusa Minis. The other Prusa Mini was busy doing something else. So that is a lot of prints for Print All the Things, episode 11. I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you did, please consider supporting me on Patreon. That is the best way to support me. Go to patreon.com/Bwana. You can give as little as $1 a month. We're going to be adding some cool features to the Patreon stuff, including the possibility of private streams. I'm not talking about that kind of private stream. Get your head out together. I'm talking about just private streams where we just talk about stuff and talk about 3D printing and talk about games and whatnot. And we'll set aside a few hours a day on a certain day to do a Patreon only stream. So I'm going to be adding things like that. Hopefully I'll be adding merch. I'm trying to get something lined up again. This will probably be my 10th try at merchandise. I have been trying for years to get something going, but nothing seems to be holding ground, if you will, in the terms of merch. But we're still looking. We're still looking. We've got several companies in the spotlight that we're going to be checking out. And check out my live stream at twitch.tv/Bwana. I want to thank Polymaker for sponsoring my giveaways that we do over there on our Discord at discord.gg/Bwana. Make sure you join that. Thank you, Polymaker, for sponsoring these filaments that you saw today, and also sponsoring weekly giveaways. So if you haven't tried Polymaker filament, make sure you drop by my live stream, because I'm giving away spools of it, and you can try it for absolutely free. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode, where we'll have more fun prints and more things to talk about. And remember, above all else, print all the things. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week.